Welcome to Rock Talk. We're on episode 4, and I would like to discuss in this episode 10 power ballads that I feel did not get their due, should have been bigger, made the band bigger. If you in the circle of this genre, you know these bands and you know these songs, but if you're not that familiar with this genre, you probably wouldn't know most of these bands. I'm doing a list of 10 in no particular order, but these 10, there are no Poison, Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, Skid Row. As much as I love those bands, which I absolutely do, and I love their ballads, I feel these are 10 songs that compete right up against them, but just didn't click. I can say that my list does consist of only one song from '89, and the rest are from the early '90s, '91 and mostly '91 and '92. So they were late to the party, so I do understand that. But like I said, some of these did have videos, and even in '90, '91, I know grunge was starting to come in. But this music was still being made, still being put on MTV, but just didn't get their due. So with no further ado, like I said, these are in no particular order. They're just 10 songs. Obviously, I have to do it 10 through 1. So, but they really are in no particular order. So starting off at number 10 is. This guy's been around since the early 80s, maybe late 70s, but early 80s for sure. Later on in his career, for this album, he became close friends with John Bon Jovi, so John Bon Jovi helped write some songs on this album and stuff like that. But this guy is Aldo Nova, and the album is called Blood on the Bricks from 1991. And the song is Someday. Now this did have a video, but like I said, '91 starting to disappear for this music, and grunge taking over. So it is what it is. But Someday by Aldo Nova from 1991 on his album Blood on the Bricks. Fantastic song, catchy, love it. Next at number 9. Now this singer came from a mid 80s band called King Cobra. The name is Mark Free, and the name of the band is Unruly Child, from their self-titled album from 1992, and the song is called To Be Your Everything. Another just a fantastic ballad. Mark's voice, the background vocals, it's just a great song. Number 8, this is I would technically call these guys like a sleaze band type of thing. Shotgun Messiah, from their second album from '91 called Second Coming, and the song is Living Without You. Now, on the first album, they didn't have any ballads, and they had a vocalist change from first to second album. The bassist from the first album took over lead vocals on the second album. I actually prefer the debut overall. I think that's a better album for me, but the second album is no slouch, like I said. But the ballad is called Living Without You by Shotgun Messiah, Second Coming, 1991. Now, number 7, I didn't know which song to pick. There's 2 ballads on this album. That's why I am going to do a part 2 eventually of this episode. But the 2 ballads on this are so good that I was going to cheat and do a top of the 10, and then do like a 9A and B, or 7A and B, I should say. This guy's Mitch Malloy, and this is from his self-titled album from '92, and the song is "Nobody Wins in This War." Now, there's a second ballad on this album, like I said, and I will most likely do a part two of this episode type of situation, because there are a lot of great ballads that went unnoticed, from like '89 to like '93ish. So, yeah, that's that. That is Mitch Malloy, "Nobody Wins in This War" from 1992 self-titled album. Moving on to number 6. Now this band had a bunch of young guys in it, probably late teenagers type of situation. Steve Vai was involved with this band. It had a young prodigy guitarist that Steve Vai, I guess, was mentoring when he was younger. They formed a band. The lead singer actually was an actor at one time. He was on Different Strokes. He was in Terminator 2, amongst a few other things. Great voice. I just can't imagine why he didn't continue after this. Maybe he did and I just didn't know. I didn't really dig deep after this album, but I know it was a one and done type of thing. But the band is called Bad for Good, from their album from 1992 called Refugee, and the song is called "Nothing Great About a Heartache." I believe they had outside writers. I only had this on cassette back in the day. I don't have it on CD or anything like that, so I don't know the liner notes and stuff. But I do believe they had outside songwriters, because they were young guys. But such a good song. The lyrics in this song are so great. Just different, using different terminology and different words. Sometimes makes a song so much better than it is. But yeah, that is Bad for Good, Nothing Great About a Heartache, from the album Refugee from 1992. Now, number 5, this is another situation where there's 2 great ballads on this album. So I was going to cheat again and do a A and B, but I'm going to save the second ballad for another episode. But this band is called South Gang, and this is from their album Tainted Angel from 1991. And I picked, for this episode, I picked Aim for the Heart. Like I said, there's another ballad on here that's just as good. But this one did have a no, this one did not have a video. The other song did have a video for it. This one did not. But just a great hair band power ballad that just went unnoticed and didn't help the band take a step up or anything like that. But yeah, so that's South Gang from Tainted Angel from 1991. Number 4, this is their sophomore album, and their first album was produced by Don Dokken, and they had a couple great ballads on that one too. So it was hard to pick, but off their second album, Hungry, from 1991, is the band XYZ, and the song is called When I Find Love. Another one where the lyrics just make the song that much better, using different words instead of the same old type of words. It's just got a different way about it. But yeah, that's XYZ from Hungry, 1991, I believe I should say. When I Find Love. Now, number 3, this is their third album from this band. The band is called House of Lords, and this is their album from 1992 called Demons Down, and the song is called What's Forever For. Now, on top of it being just a great song, you got James Christian's vocals, which just make it that much much better than it's just a great song. But that's House of Lords from 1992's Demons Down. Highly recommend the whole album. I recommend their whole catalog, to be honest. But House of Lords, fantastic. Now, number 2, this is also off their sophomore album. I think that there's a common, most of these are debuts, I guess. But there are some here that are bands that made an album in the late 80s, and then their sophomore came out in the early 90s. But this band is Babylon AD, and the album came out in 1992, and it's called Nothing Sacred, and the song is called So Savage the Heart. Just, you got Derek's voice. Like I said, another song where the lyrics are just, it's not the same old from the 80s and stuff. I love you, babe, and stuff like that. It's about that, but it's just, I don't know. It's just the way they worded some of their choruses and stuff like that. But Babylon AD from 1992's Nothing Sacred, So Savage the Heart. And for the last one, number 1, this is a band that they did have I believe an EP or something like that, but so this is their first full length or first major label full length album. So this is technically their debut, and it is Shark Island's Law of the Order from 1989. It's the only one from the 80s on here. All the rest, like I said, were they were all 90, 91 and 92s, nothing else. 91 and 92s. This one came out in 1989 off of their album Law of the Order, Shark Island's Bad for Each Other. I know I said when I did this list I didn't put them in any particular order, but I have to admit now that I'm looking at it, Bad for Each Other is probably my number 1 power ballad from this era. I just absolutely love it. Like I said, nothing against the big bands, the Jovies, the Def Leppards, the Poisons, the Motley Crues, whoever had a huge power ballad hit in the late 80s. They're all fantastic, obviously. But to me, these are songs that just went I don't want to say unrecognized, but unnoticed, and I highly recommend checking all these bands out. But like I said, I'm hoping to do another episode, a part 2 of this. It might not be episode 5. Maybe down the line I'll do a part 2 of this. But like I said, give me your list. Give me some songs that you feel should have been big and went unnoticed. More than happy to read your comments if you leave any. But yeah, these are my top 10, my first top 10 power ballads that didn't break the band. They should have. A lot of these bands should have been big, not just because of the ballads on the albums. A lot of these bands should have been big. I think the only one that would, outside this genre, outside the circle of the people that know this genre, I think Aldo Nova would probably be the only one, really, that would be that recognizable by the name. Because, like I said, they've been around since he's been around since the early 80s. I have all his stuff, but Blood on the Bricks obviously is my favorite from him. But yeah, like I said, I enjoy making these videos and talking about this subject and this genre of music that I absolutely love. So, like I said, if you'd like to leave any comments, give me a list of your songs that you feel didn't get noticed, and yeah, So I hope you enjoy watching, and hopefully be making some more soon. And thank you for watching.